Alright, today's video is gonna be a bit up close and personal. Do you know that Casio China released a G-Shock team playing card? This was back in the year 2023. And I just know about this about a couple weeks ago, and I immediately bought this because this is probably the best purchase, probably the most significant thing that you need to know. That I would say pretty much the reason why this entire G-Shock channel, my channel, even existed in the first place. But first, let's go through the unboxing. Alright, here it is, guys. I'm gonna remove this thing to show you guys each and every single piece of cards one by one as we go through the video, because there's quite a lot, literally. Entire thing is in Chinese, so I can't really understand that. I can't read it, but I'm just gonna show you guys like this, and you guys could screenshot and translate it on your own. Basically, a little notes about that specific G-Shock watch. You got the reference number up there for the 8th of space. This is the MRG. Anyway, MRG Frogman, really significant release G-Shock watch that people should know about. Anyway, a bit of backstory that you need to know about me is that somebody asked a really interesting question back about 8 years ago that goes something like this. Alright, this is the whole cabinet. I have 1, 2, 3. I have a lot of deck or bicycle card collection. This is sort of like my hobby, or I love to fidget a lot, so this is my fidgeting toys technically. So there it is. Alright, notice of how many decks of playing cards I have on the frame here. Those are the cards that got me through the entire teenage years and also through college as well. Those are the same cards that helps me study, that helps me focus, that helps me remember things, and that helps me pretty much survive living in Japan, basically. With that said, these playing cards, I don't have those on here anymore. I think I lost those when I moved out, but I do purchase a few more deck of cards afterwards, which I always use as a fidgeting toys, because it helps me focus as I'm filming videos or thinking about ideas. This is the thing. This is the thing that helped me go through college, like I already said. Helped me got my scholarships, helps me win friends over, helps me go through my social life, and pretty much contribute, I would say, to the creation of this G-Shock high fashion channel, actually. So I owe it everything to this fidgeting toy, I would say. Now, of course, there's a lot of hard work going on. I still have to study. I have to pass exams and everything. But at the end of the day, this thing is the item that remained consistent throughout my entire teenage years. I fidgeted a lot even while I was in Japan, even while studying, helping to focus, while doing my homework. I even fidget while the lecturer is teaching us at the front there, just to help me focus so I don't, fall asleep. So there's that. Anyway, let's go back to this G-Shock here. Let's have a quick review, right? Firstly, let's talk about the size. This one features a much smaller size in terms of width, and a little bit shorter as well in terms of height in comparison to standard bicycle size card. The finishing, I would say, is, look at that, it is flat gloss or matte finishing, unlike bicycle which have some threaded or texture on it. Look at that. This one is lacking all of those, so I would say the comparison, it would be a standard gas station playing cards. You could use it, you could use it, you could play around with it, but it's really hard to do some tricks with this kind of card because the sizing and the weight is a bit unbalanced and the finishing is a bit weird, so it feels weird when you handle it. But if you have all the experience, I will say I did. So you could still do some tricks, but it's really hard because the sizing is weird. So the muscle memory is really not there. Anyway, you could still do something with it. Now, let's carry on to the next part where I'm just gonna talk about all the watch on the list. So DW8200B, the Frogman. I think I already made a review video for this Frogman G-Shock as well. So you could screenshot this and translate this part down here. So, alright, this video is gonna be really long, guys. So we're gonna run through all of the cards. You got 4 of diamond on a GW056J. I think I already recently made a video about this as well. MRG 2100D. Well, this is how MRG used to look like. I mean, really not as interesting as modern one, but it is what it is. DWX 100 series, a really massive, one of the biggest G-Shock watch on the vintage side of thing. And then we got the G-D5000. You know what it is, the concept G-Shock that created the full metal square. This is the OG concept model, full gold 18 karat. And we got the DW001, the first thermometer equipped, if I'm not mistaken, the Jason G-Shock watch, which is also had been celebrated with a new rendition of it recently. And we have the Lover collection. This is just one of the Lover collection released in the year 96. I mean, Cas released thousands of this thing, but it's just one of them. DW500C, this is the boy G-Shock, which in turn lead to the creation of Baby G watch. This is the first Baby G basically, so it is a G-Shock. Baby G used to be a G-Shock, they just name it differently. And we got a GW, this is the Ant-Man, if you guys didn't know. First G-Shock with antenna built inside of it for the multiband function. This is the MRG 100. I think I do have it over here if I haven't showed it yet. Wait, this is the MRG 120. I'm gonna bring it in. All right, here you go. MRG. I lost the rest of the bracelet, but the watch is still working, so it's good. And then we got a G7800. This is probably one of the best 3D design G-Shock. I do have it as well. And then we got the GA110. Of course, this is one of the most iconic modern big case G-Shock watch. I used to have one of these. This is my first G-Shock. Not this colorway, but this is the first G-Shock. Also, that leads to the creation of this G-Shock high fashion channel. DW100, one Longman with heart rate sensor built inside of that. Use your fingertip for that. MRG G1000. So we are looking at modern MRG now. So for analog format, we got DW6000. This is, I believe, one of the first G-Shock with 1/1000 seconds precision, which leads to the GA110 creation. A Joker card, I'm guessing for the brand that created this playing card. Never give up sign there. You gotta remember that. MRG 8000 series, one of the older generation MRG, which looks much better, bit more slicker, even small size as well, believe it or not. And then we got GW9200. This is the Rice Man with twin sensor thermometer and altimeter, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, altimeter. One of the small size, sleek design, but still looking really rugged and nice. Really collectible watch. AW500, the first anti-DG G-Shock watch. Gotta have this. Cas even celebrated this with a full metal version recently as well. We got a GW5600S, one of the first G-Shock with carbon fiber inserted strap. Not the bezel, not the case, but the strap. Really iconic. This red and black, also one of the rarer color variants. MTGS 1000. I made a video about this couple years back, but really complex watch to operate. We got DW5000C, of course, the origin G-Shock watch. No need to tell more about this. GPW 1000. I do have it just out of frame. Right, gotta have this Gravity Master, one of the first G-Shock with GPS function built in. MRG1, look at that, one of the sleeker MRG design. I think I do have this thing. I don't know where I put it. I do have this. You guys already seen it. I even made a review about this watch as well. MRG. All right, now Casio getting into the crazy color territory. MRG B2000. I mean, you got your texture, you got everything in here. This Casio is showing off of their manufacturing capabilities now. All right, GS1000. I think I do have this as well. I already made a video about this. I think I'm probably gonna add it over here if I could find it. GS1200. I did not have this watch at all, but believe it or not, this 2 model, shares the same parts. You can see the bezel is the same. It's just that the movement is not the same. The modern version of this is called, if I'm not mistaken, the G300 series. And then of course the Froggy, the first ever diver G-Shock watch in full digital. I do have this thing as well. Man, where did I put it? All right, here we go. In the blue and metallic gray color scheme. This is the black. Wait, sorry. This is this is it. And then mud resistant square G-Shock watch. I do have this. I should have planned this video first. But anyway, this is it. Put this over here, and then the W6900. Of course, you got 6600. Of course, you gotta have this military watch on the list. The W5600E, one of the most affordable square G-Shock watch you could buy, probably the most iconic one due to the low pricing and the consistent production of it. GMWB 5000, so we're looking into metal G-Shock now. And then we got DW5000 ML with a red display. I believe this is 20th anniversary celebration G-Shock. I think that's what this thing is saying down here. Anyway, next up, DW5 5600C rather than the 5000C. So the speed model, one of the most iconic one. I guess this is the model that make the G-Shock brand popular worldwide. GM100D. You gotta, if you haven't checked the video for this thing yet, you gotta do it, man. I already made a video about this watch. It is really special. I mean, Casio released a couple variants with this thing, has unique design on the stripe, but you gotta check it out. This is a really unique G-Shock watch. GBDH 1000, the first, oh my goodness, the fitness G-Shock watch that really brings G-Shock into the fitness game territory. Although it's not it's not the most accurate one, but probably the most useful G-Squat, I would say, ever, due to the low pricing point and, you know, for all the values provide. GX, the King G-Shock watch. Of course, you gotta have this big case model. Wait, where's my part? I got it over here. There we go. Everything within hand reach. Okay. S5 of diamond, huh? GPRB 1000, the rangeman, the first one with GPS function, probably the most useful rangeman. Also, MIP display. Check it out. We got MIP display back then. Now recently we got it on the G Squad. DW6900 series H, I believe this is the Foxfire model, 3i, really iconic. You got, I mean, this is the thing that made G-Shock famous as well back in the 90s. We got some, I don't know, Bilibili here if you want to follow G-Shock on the Chinese social media app. W1983, I believe this is the 10th generation release G-Shock watch. If you look it up, this watch arrived in a wooden box. Really unique release with a keychain, if I'm not mistaken. Really rare as well, but just another square G-Shock watch, a celebration 10 years. And then we got a Joker card. Nothing to see here, never give up, of course. GB600, the first G-Shock with Bluetooth function. I already made a video, couple video about this watch as well. I used this watch, well, that's not a story, but anyway, 10 of hearts. DW5025 to celebrate, of course, 25th anniversary. This is Project Team Tough, the team, they're celebrating the team that created the G-Shock, all this G-Shock that we know and love to begin with. GW300 MLJ, this is similar to the ML series just now with radar, but this is more of on the G-Line side. Also, wait, you know what? This is comparable to modern G-Shock with the G-Steel series. Yeah, this is the OG G-Steel. Raceman, one of the first G-Shock with built-in tough solar function inside of it. This thing is so thick and big. I do have it, but on a different color. I have a few of this even. I even made a video about this thing, even disassembled this thing. So Raceman G-Shock watch, master of G. Keep that in mind. G3100D, I do not have this exact colorway, but this one featured the duplex display where you could change the color to 12 different variants. I already made a couple of videos talking about this watch as well, so check it out on the list. GWG1000, the Mod Master. Of course, you gotta have this, man. Where's my Mod Master? Come on, where are you? Where are you? Wait, 7 of hearts. A watch that really brings the big case category G-Shock to a whole new level, and then they reduced the size down a little bit with the GW Modmaster 2000 series and whatnot. You guys already know all that. DW6100 series G-Shock, of one of the first G-Shock with thermometer sensor built in with thermograph data, so you could check the change in thermometer in the room if you use those. Queen of Hearts, GBA 400. This is G-Shock moving into pop culture, into musics, to grab of the youth attention with the 4 hearts, which this watch could control the app on your phone, basically the thing that you could do with your Apple Watch, but this is more of a basics version. Can also stop making this. I think they stopped updating the app, but it's such a loss. But regardless, really cool futuristic vibe to it. GW9400, the Rangeman. This is the OG Rangeman triple sensor G-Shock watch, which also what makes G-Shock brand popular around 2012, 2020. Still really affordable, I would say. Master of G series even today, with some issues, but you could look past through that. GW9400, the Gundam G-Shock watch. This is the most iconic in a way that it is, if you ever look at the G-Shock, all of them look like a Gundam, like one of these, in exception that the color didn't really represent it with this watch. But you could see a lot of modification made by G-Shock watch fans or enthusiasts to look like this guy over here. So shout out Gundam G-Shock watch. Really rare, but you could still find them in use in horrible beaten up conditions, but except you have to do some modifications with 6 of Hearts. GWT 5030. I've seen this watch. This is a collaboration between G-Shock and this Japanese brand back. I can't really recall the name of it. This is one of the first square G-Shock with titanium, and also the strap for this model specifically was made with different material in comparison to regular square G-Shock like one of these, and it is softer, it is a bit more comfortable. This is way before silicone or biomass material was even used on modern G-Shock. This model got the first I would say treatment from 30th anniversary. Next up, of course, you gotta have the GA2100 model. This is so iconic for modern category G-Shock watch. There's nothing else to say. And last but not least, we're looking at MRG Frogman G-Shock watch. The first full metal Frogman model. Probably the most affordable one. If you were to buy one today, the price is insane. This one is also insane, but it has some history to it. I know it's in digital format, a bit more easier to service and customize. I already made a video talking about this watch as well. So that will summarize all the cards, all the Frogman, all the watch listed in these playing cards. I've been thinking something about if Casio were to contact me and ask me to design my own G-Shock. I've been complaining a lot that G-Shock been not as interesting or it is a bit boring. What would I do? What kind of theme will I be focusing on if I were to create or design my own G-Shock watch? I think it will be based on these playing cards. Maybe you have some, it is a bit tacky in its design with the space, the club, the hearts and the diamond, but personally this thing really sits close to me personally. And there's also really iconic things as well. Bicycles have been on the market for like 100 years. G-Shock have been like 40 years now. So in a way they're both really tough brand, I would say. So if I were to design my own G-Shock, probably in those specific area, I'm probably gonna focus the team more on the playing card side of things. I don't know how to do that yet. I don't know what kind of watch will I be using, but we'll see. I've been doing a lot of G-Shock customization, and you know what? Maybe I should try doing something that. Oh, that was a fail. Anyway, this is pretty tough. This card is really hard to work with. It's not as smooth, but you could play it if you know how to do some card flourishing, which is the thing that I love a lot. But that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for your support. We'll be seeing this more often, as probably gonna be using this in montage video as I'm unboxing or reviewing new G-Shock watch. You're gonna be seeing this cards being somewhere in the frame, so this video will be the context of that. Probably gonna be interesting. All right then, thank you very much for watching, guys. Thank you very much for all your supports. Hope you guys learned something. This is gshock High Fashion channel, and never give up.